to another exciting episode. It's been a long time I've been in the shop.
Yes.
Today it's February the 4th, 2019. I'm your host, James. Alongside me, as always, his name is...
I'm Andy.
And we're about to be joined for this epic journey as we all become Legend of the Nerds. It's been a while, Andy. How you doing?
It's been better days. Been better.
Got the stomach bug going on?
I had, let's just say, this is my 2019 so far. Massive flu, which led to an infection in my knee, which led to now a hole in my knee, which has to be bandaged up every day with antibiotics. And yeah. And then,
so nothing new.
And then the crappy weather. What a drive to work last night with the freezing rain. That was fun. White knuckled it all the way.
I hate that.
Doing, I think the highest I went on the interstate was 41 miles an hour.
Nice.
And
How does that handle in the winter, though?
You couldn't see. What was that?
How does the new car handle?
I love the new car, but gotta love it when you can't even see the road. There are parts of the ride in where I knew I was in the middle of the interstate, right in the middle of the road. You couldn't see the lines, you couldn't see anything. And then two 18-wheelers went by, and I felt like I was gonna get pushed off the road.
Every time, right?
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's always when it's crappy out. That's when there's the most traffic and the most of the big rigs.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the problem interstate driving in the winter is you can't go too fast, but you also can't go too slow.
Mm-hmm.
If you go too slow, you're not going to make it up the hill.
Yeah.
You go too fast, you're going to make it down the hill really fast.
Well, that's why I like this with the all-wheel drive. I can power through a lot of
because,
things.
well, the problem is that you have those drivers who go way too slow. They're doing like 20 miles an hour. And yes, I want to be safe, but I also want to arrive there too.
Hence why they have a minimum you can go on the interstate, which is 40.
Right.
So then I had to get this off my chest, the grind my gears thing. Love work, all that stuff. You got to love where you work, except in the mornings when you get everyone who's completely late at work every single day. Now, if you had an employee that is constantly late every day, what would you do?
I'll go up the chain of getting them fired.
Yeah. So nothing like I'm supposed to be out by 7 o'clock in the morning, and the people that come in are always 15 minutes late. And then I get yelled at by management because I'm hitting overtime. So what this is the what they'll go ahead and do. Well, instead of scheduling you for 40 hours, we'll schedule you for 39 hours. That way you won't hit overtime, because those people who come in late, that time will accumulate up to 40. Now, why should I have to be the one who suffers because you guys are late? No. If you're going to make me stay to work later, I'm going to get paid.
Did you tell management that?
Oh, yeah, I have. They tell me you can't do that. I still do it. I come in, I make...
So you tell them? Be like, hey, you know what? Let's ask Call Vermont Labor, and let's see what they say.
So what I do is I just come in, like the first half of the week, I'll come in 15 minutes early here, 15 minutes early there. Get my 40 hours by the middle of the week, and then if people are late, oh well, that's how I do it. I'm sorry, but I'm not. If that's the case, and if they say anything again, I've always my coworker Jeremy and I would both say the same thing. Fine, you want to play that game? This is what we'll do. Second 7 o'clock comes, schedule only says I'm here till 7. I'm punching out and I'm leaving.
You should do anyways.
I'm like, no.
You're there.
It's like
from 11 to 7.
It's so irritating though.
You leave at 7.
Yeah, it's just irritating that the people are always late, and they have no remorse. They're just like, oh, hi, yep, mm-hmm. It's like, oh, sorry that you've now wasted my time. And that's the thing, in the part of Essex where I'm driving through, if I don't get out of work at a certain time, and it's after that certain time, all of a sudden traffic is just clogged everywhere. It's like, so now it's taking me even longer. And this is the other funny thing. So our bellmen are also our shuttle drivers. There's this one bellman who I've never, in my year and a half there, never seen him either early or on time. He's always 10 to 15 minutes late. So, of course, he has shuttles, because a shuttle is from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Right.
And he's always late. So people have shuttles at 7 o'clock, so now I have to apologize for him being late constantly and take the brunt of it. Then when I see him and I tell him he's got a shuttle at 7, complains and is yelling and screaming, I just got here. Sorry you have to do your job. You know, if you got here on time, we want to have this conversation.
You know, my new favorite thing is people complain. I'm like, I'm sorry you have to be an adult today.
Yeah.
But it's your job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it.
I had that where when I first started, they had a bellman there who ended up getting fired, and he would constantly complain that he'd just sit around. He wouldn't be standing around helping people. He'd just sit in the lobby or sit in the back. And when I'd say something, he'd be like, well, I've worked for the last 30 years. Da, 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 da. I deserve to be. I'm like, you're at work. I don't care how long you've worked.
I hate that. You don't deserve anything.
I'm like, that's what we call retirement.
You're not entitled to anything, buddy boy.
I'm like, you're at work. Okay? It's like, yeah, I'd like to sit on my butt all day and not do anything, but I'm at work. It's just, it just irritates me so much.
So much longer you didn't stay there for? It sounds like you're getting fed up with the job.
The sooner I get a better job.
Yeah.
But the problem is I like my job. I'm not fed up with the job. I'm fed up with this is why I like the job, though, is because at nights, it's just me. I really don't have to worry about the other people. So I love the job. It's when it turns over into the morning, it's the people that irritate me who just don't care or they don't do anything. Or, for instance, the creamer pots, the bellmans are supposed to clean them, and they look disgusting. And then I'm supposed to clean them. It's like, it's called having common courtesy for our guests who are paying $200 a night to stay here, and you don't feel like cleaning a creamer pot. It's just... I went into the gift shop refrigerator where we sell like bottles of milk.
Yep.
And they were expired. And I told my manager about this. He's like, well, you should take care of them then. It is the bellman's job at night to rotate and take things out. Yeah. So it's my responsibility to his job. It's like, I so badly almost replied back, why don't you talk to the bellman and tell them to do their job?
You should.
It's like, Even my manager can't make a schedule. I'm like, do you need me to make the schedule every month for us?
Sounds like a very organized company you work for.
Whenever we have higher management there from out of town and stuff like that, and I see them, I just tell them all about all the crappy stuff that people have done. I don't care. I run my mouth to upper management. And they appreciate it. They want feedback, so.
Higher management, huh? Isn't it just a single resort?
No, it's a bunch of people that own all the resorts around America.
Oh, okay.
So you have the higher up GMs.
So who are you affiliated with?
Hilton? Benchmark and Gemstone. So, have you ever watched the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yeah.
The resort that they're at, Turtle Beach?
Yeah.
That's one of ours.
All right.
But still, I just had to get off my chest. I love complaining about that place.
You feel
sometimes.
better?
Oh, yeah.
Get that laundry out on air?
Yeah. Plus, I just got off from going to the dentist, so I got to get my...
Oh, that's right, you had a dentist.
Yeah, half my face is numb right now, so I'm trying to get that...
the muscles up and going again.
Yeah, exactly. So as much as I can talk, there we go.
Well, that big needle go into your mouth, it's always fun to see.
I'm dreading going home and trying to drink, be like, and it just drips down your face. You're trying to chew just on this side, but some of it goes over here, and just like, I hate the dentist. We had 4 different machines in my mouth at once. I'm just like, trying to breathe, and I'm just like, oh my God. It's just a pain.
Man, happy 19 to you, huh?
Oh my God, 2019's been crap. I'm a year older now, too. That happened.
That did happen,
yeah, 31 now. It's getting old.
31. 31.
But
guess what? The years get worse, Andy.
Yeah. As long as I don't have the kids yet.
The higher you climb, the worse it gets. The skunk bug, though? You get that skunk bug yet?
Yeah, that's gone. So
it's gone good.
That's gone. We're good there.
Let me see if I can give it to you.
Keep it there with the kids.
Oh, man, it's been a long time since I've been in the studio, huh?
Yeah, we had Christmas and New Year's, so we didn't have that. Then, obviously, I was recuperating.
We had a lot of scheduling issues, too, because my coworker had that surgery, and he had doctor's appointment every Monday. He couldn't be scheduled, so.
Yeah. Just so everyone knows, we didn't get to do this year's Nerdy Awards.
Right.
It was very upsetting. I would have had the results, but somebody at work decided to be a total... I don't want to be bleeped here.
On adult?
Yeah, and threw out my results. Yeah, my foot almost went up someone's rear end there. Because we have a community board where you can post things, and that's what I do every year. And people go ahead and vote on it. Well, somebody decided they didn't like me that day and threw it in the garbage. So I don't have the results. I can say, though, off the top of my head, I could remember some, and it looked like Avengers Endgame was in the lead for most anticipated movie of next year.
I can see that.
So... There was that, and then I think it was Ryan Reynolds was leading an Actor of the Year for Deadpool. So is it just because he's amazing as Deadpool, or is it just because people love Ryan Reynolds?
I think it's just because Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I can't wait until his Pikachu movie comes out.
Have you seen the trailer? Because
I've seen several trailers.
that is on my list of things to talk about because I went to the movies and saw the full-length trailer.
Yeah?
And it looked really good.
Let's do it now.
So, well, it's main event thing. I want to talk about.
That's your main event
Yeah,
thing?
well, it's about 2019 movies.
Oh.
So, we got other
right.
things to talk about.
I think we have a lot to talk about. I have no schedule today, no computer in front of me. Man, I am not attached to anything.
All right, well, let's get it started. We have a lot of wrestling. One of our favorite things. We had not my favorite pay-per-view, but your favorite pay-per-view just happened, the Royal Rumble. The winners to come out of this, we had Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Neither one of us predicted these two winning. Halfway through the Rumble, I remember you saying when Seth got thrown out of the ring, but through the middle rope,
Right.
you're like, he's winning this now.
Of course he is.
Because, I mean, he's out on the outside the entire time. So he pulled it off. Let's fast forward to Becky Lynch, who lost to Asuka in her rematch, if you want to call it that, and takes Lana's spot in the Rumble because Lana got hurt and couldn't walk out. So Becky,
Pre-show, right?
yeah, something happened with Rusev and Shinsuke in the match. Something happened to her, so she can't wrestle in it. Thank God. So Becky comes out and wins it. So I have to say too, I found out that Ember Moon got injured during the Rumble now, and she's on the injured reserve list. She has to might get surgery on her shoulder.
Oh, wow.
Which so ticks me off because I really thought she was going to start climbing the ladder a lot quicker.
Sometimes an injury can be good because she can train a little more and come back twice as strong.
I hope.
So she has a choice right now. She can either come back with the same gimmick, come back with a different gimmick.
I hope she comes back with the same gimmick. I like her the way she is. Yeah. She's one of my top female wrestlers right now.
But she's one of my favorite too. But the problem is that they're not doing anything with her. And that's what's really ticking me off.
They started in the beginning when she came off NXT.
Like, it got to a point where I enjoyed watching Naomi wrestle. But that for a while, there's a dry period where she wasn't doing anything.
Yep.
And I could care less about her now.
Yeah.
And that's what WWE does. They make you care less about people you liked. Like Alicia Fox.
Yeah. Fast forward to Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch comes out after a Ronda Rousey match and declares that she's challenging Ronda to the Women's Championship.
Ronnie.
Yeah, at Survivor Series at WrestleMania. Finally, we get Ronda Rousey not doing this whole "Hi, I'm Ronda" da 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 in her promo.
Oh, you're still gonna get it.
Yes, but finally she got ticked off like the Ronda Rousey I know from UFC, and gets into Becky's face. And I think she decked Becky or something like that. One of them decked somebody. Oh no, Becky decked Charlotte the next night. But who knows? This is the thing I hate is we have these where let's declare who we're challenging for the championships. We still have 2 more pay-per-views to go. You might want to challenge that person, but who knows if they're going to hold on to the title. Obviously, I think we can probably say that Ronda's going to hold on to it because everyone's been wanting that match since Survivor Series.
You never know. I mean, just because everybody wants it doesn't mean Vince wants it. Keep in mind, Vince wants Braun Strowman versus Brock, but he didn't want it at that point in time.
Yeah.
So they pulled Strowman off that match.
We have Seth trying to figure out who he's going to challenge, but we don't really get an answer because he has a brawl with Brock Lesnar. I think we can pretty much say it's going to be against Brock.
Yeah.
That match we can predict right now will happen at WrestleMania because Brock Lesnar never wrestles. So,
and who do you think will win? I think Seth's walking away.
Seth's going to walk away with it. They're pulling he's becoming Roman Reigns. Right. Where he's been ripping on Brock for never wrestling, and they're just doing that whole gimmick again. Because I guarantee Roman Reigns right now was still probably supposed to still be champion.
Oh, all right.
Going into WrestleMania. So they wanted to kind of do that. We had a couple rule changes while we were on vacation here, on break. No more general managers in WWE. The McMahon family is running the show.
So goofy.
I don't mind it. I never really cared
for
the general manager
I don't mind it if
thing.
they stick with their guns, but they don't. One thing Triple H said, you're not going to see the same match over and over again.
Well, yeah.
Wait. Didn't we just see Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre before? Oh, we're seeing it again? Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. The one thing with that, too, they said is no more guaranteed rematches.
Which is a good idea.
Which I love. Because I hate it where you have the same match for like 4 months in a row. Oh, I won the title. Oh, now my opponent won it back. Now I win it. It's like, how many times can we see Charlotte versus Becky, for instance?
One more time, Andy.
Or
one more time.
Or it was back in the day, Edge and Cena for like half the year. The only problem is some matches we're still getting rematches for. Like, okay, AJ has to win a fatal 5-way to get his rematch against Daniel Bryan. Oh, shocker, he won. And now he's in the Elimination Chamber.
Let's just say one thing about the Edge and Cena thing, though. At least that rivalry was actually kind of entertaining.
Still.
The matches were actually pretty decent.
Yeah. We also had probably one of your favorite tag teams, Miz and Shane McMahon, win the SmackDown tag team titles at the Rumble.
Are we glad about that, though?
I could care less because now the Usos are facing them at the Elimination Chamber, and that's the team I root for.
I think the Usos are going to take it.
So the Besties are now the best tag team in the world, they're calling themselves. Moving on, we have Elimination Chamber coming up this month. One of my favorite pay-per-views, at least it used to be till they padded the chamber. We also got to see for the first time we found out that at Elimination Chamber, the women's tag team division will be born and will get titles. You even went off record and said you like the way these titles look.
Those titles look nice.
I know. Why couldn't they put this thought into the men's titles?
I don't know, but these titles look nice.
Exactly. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. It's about time.
Who do you think is walking away with the title first?
I still think it's Nia Jax and Tamina.
All right.
So
I'm going Bayley and Sasha.
Yeah. So get into that. We know a couple of the teams. 4 out of the 6 teams have been announced. We have Nia and Tamina. They beat Alexa and Mickie James. Mm-hmm. We have the Iconics, who have never been in a chamber match, so they can't wrestle. Let's put them in that match. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, who were in a chamber match last year. And then the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, who beat Natalya and Dana Brooke. Mm-hmm. So those are the 4 teams so far. We know on Raw tonight we have Sasha and Bayley versus Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox. I think we all can predict who's winning that one.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before we started today. At least Raw is making it interesting with qualifying matches. SmackDown, you just have to say, can I do it?
Yeah, right?
Hence why the Iconics are in it.
But again, I think there's more tag team women in the Raw division, isn't there?
Yes and no. You could have you have Asuka and Naomi who have been tag teaming. At one point, we had Becky and Charlotte who were friends. I mean, there's a whole list of them I could make. It's just trying to remember.
Now, you know what'd be nice, though? If we get some NXT ladies in the chamber match, too.
That could be the last spot. Who knows?
It'd be so great.
Mm-hmm. And then Triple H on SmackDown. Let's move forward to SmackDown. Announced the men's Elimination Chamber match will be Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles versus Mustafa Ali versus Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe. This sounds like a very entertaining Elimination Chamber match. Daniel Bryan holding on to the title, yes or no?
No.
I will say this. The last time he was in Elimination Chamber, he was a heel, and he held the title, and he lost it. That was the year when Big Show went through the top of the chamber to get to Daniel Bryan.
Right.
So went through his pod.
Yeah.
So we'll see how
Who's
that
on this
goes.
match? Who do you think? Well, who do you want to win this match?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy? Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I will say Samoa Joe.
We're on the same page.
Joe or Orton is coming out victorious.
I want Joe to win. I would love to see Mustafa Ali win it, though.
He's going to be the first one eliminated. Him or Hardy are going to be the first one
I
eliminated.
would love to see Mustafa Ali win it, though.
They are pushing him hard.
Good.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. 2 other things I want to mention. During the Rumble, we had number 1, Elias, come in at number 1. And Double J, Jeff Jarrett, came in at number 2. And, of course, they're having this little feud now going on. How great was it to see on Monday Night Raw Double J and Rhodey back together?
Right?
If nobody knows who Rhodey is, Road Dogg. It was just great. They kind of brought back a little Attitude Era with their little promo there.
But Road Dogg always does that in his promo. He's great on the mic, though.
Yeah.
He's really good on the mic.
So I hope that kind of goes on for a little bit longer. The last thing I want to talk about is WWE.com broke the news that Dean Ambrose, his contract expires in April, and he has said that he is not re-signing with WWE. Upset about this?
No.
Not on the Dean Ambrose wagon, huh?
I am. Have you seen what they've done with him?
The whole
He's way better than the gimmick they're making him do right now.
Oh yeah,
he's way better than that.
Massively.
And I don't blame him one bit for leaving.
We hated Dean Ambrose in the beginning, and he became an amazing talent.
Yeah.
And that's what irritates me is now, what's he gonna do? Where's he gonna go? I mean, Ring of Honor would take him, I know, in a heartbeat.
TNA would take him.
Yeah, but I don't want to go there. Don't go there. That is gonna mess your career up right now.
There are a couple guys from Impact I want to see go to WWE.
Yeah.
Eli Drake guy.
Yeah.
That guy is talented.
Oh yeah. My thing is, when does his contract really expire? So is he going to be at Mania or not? And then does that mean we lose Renee Young too? Will she leave? Will she go wherever Dean goes? I mean, we're talking about an announcer here, but Renee does an amazing. She's the first woman to do weekly Monday Night Raws on the announce table, and she's an amazing commentator. I love Renee Young. She is great. Does she go with Dean? That is her husband.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Anything you in the last month in wrestling would like to mention? Anything?
I don't want to bring up the whole Nia Jax beating up men again. I mean, I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, no, I forgot about that. That was on my original notes here. R-Truth won the Mixed Match Talent Challenge with Carmella and got number 30. I was so excited to see Truth come in at 30. And then they pull this stunt where Nia comes out, takes him out, and just takes his number 30 spot. When Becky did that with Lana, Finlay came out and said, no, this is her spot. But he had the authority to say, she can't wrestle, you can take that. What, Nia can just come out without anyone saying anything?
And here's about Becky is that she actually did it in a humble way. Hey, she can't wrestle. There needs to be 30 men. Let me go in.
Yeah.
And, and Finn's like, yeah, go ahead. But yeah, the way Nia did it, I mean, if they're going to do this with Nia Jax, they need to push her in that direction. If it's a one and done kind of thing, it totally makes no sense, and it will ruin a lot of careers.
And this is the thing. Yes, Nia has some talent. We've seen little bits here, but I just don't care for her. She just can't. You're the biggest woman in the company. She needs to
change her gimmick. Her shtick does not work.
I want to say so bad. Go ahead and watch a bunch of big show matches.
Yeah.
And learn how to be a big person in this business. Yeah. It's just, she irritates me lately so much. And I feel for Tamina because Tamina's, I think, got more talent than Nia Jax. And Tamina's the heel.
I'm surprised Tamina's still in the business, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they've done nothing with her either.
Oh, they never have.
Nothing.
It's just, when that happened, I was so ticked off. But let's move forward to SmackDown. R-Truth gets redemption and beats Shinsuke Nakamura and is our new United States champion.
They turn around and defend the same night.
And beat Rusev to keep his title. First time he's held a championship in 7 years in WWE.
I know.
Is it going to last?
It may last a month or two.
I was so happy when that happened.
You think about it, they haven't really done anything with the U.S. title anyways. It's just kind of been there. Hasn't been really relevant. The last time it's been relevant when John Cena held it.
Yeah.
You know? They haven't really done anything with it after that.
Yeah. So
I see. Do we see WWE filtering out some titles?
Oh, God.
I mean, do we even care about the Universal Championship anymore?
No.
Exactly.
It could change when SmackDown moves to Fox. And they've mentioned where they might just have everyone in a giant group again together.
Which would be nice.
Because Fox isn't just going to want half the talent there.
Yeah.
So the only problem is, like, what I hate about that, I like the dual brands because you get to see a more wider range of matches instead of the same old match over and over and over. But again, if the McMahons do what they say they're going to do, where we're not going to have the same matches over and over,
Right.
who knows? So,
I mean, right now, most of the titles aren't even relevant anymore. I don't remember who the IC champion is anymore.
Bobby Lashley.
It's Bobby Lashley, that's right, yeah.
He beat Dean Ambrose in a triple threat match.
That's much how you...
And now Finn Balor might be going after that title.
That's much I don't give a crap.
It might be relevant if Finn gets it.
Yeah.
Just to mention real quick before we move on, Finn lost to Brock Lesnar. Finn's an amazing talent, but we really wanted to see him come out dressed as the Demon.
And that's his biggest downfall. Mm-hmm. These kind of big matches, he needs to come out as the Demon.
He's just doing the Balor Club
He
thing.
needs to.
Yeah.
He needs to.
That would have been amazing. You have the Demon versus the Beast.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It would have been a game changer.
Mm-hmm. And can we get a get well soon to Brock Lesnar's nether regions after taking a corner shot to the table?
Hard one, huh?
Oh, it was so great to watch that. All right. If nothing else, we can move on.
What was it discussed next, Andy?
We are going to talk some Flareoverse.
All right.
We won't go episode by episode. Obviously, there's a lot. But the key points. Flash. I know you don't like the story with Nora Allen.
It's just getting old.
But to me, it's getting interesting where we find out she's not stuck in the past. She can go back to the future. And who's she been talking to in jail? Yabard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. Mm-hmm. Sounds like he's on his deathbed almost because he's only got a certain amount of time left. I'm kind of intrigued to see what's going on with this relationship with Reverse Flash and Nora because she's never known her father. So now this is the only other speedster she's ever known.
Right.
So it's going to be kind of intriguing to see where that goes. The other thing is we find out about Cincada's niece, Gracie, who's been in a coma. The coma she's in, she could probably get out of. Mm-hmm. I think she's forcing herself to stay in there. And I feel like her metahuman power is she's controlling Cicada somehow. Like they're connected somehow.
Okay.
I just feel like it's getting very interesting because we always have a speedster as a villain. Cincada's been a very intriguing villain, I think.
Okay.
Arrow, we find out the other Archer is not Roy Harper, who I really was hoping it would be.
Yeah.
Come to find out, Oliver has another half-sister on his father's side, and she's the masked Archer. Oliver has now gone on this new path, working with the police department, and the future jumps are getting interesting because now we meet future Renee, and to me, it seems like he's become a villain. You don't really see him being the villainous person, but he's kind of got these little hints that
shady.
Yeah,
he's kind of shady.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see if he's the reason Felicity was murdered in the future. Mm. So the big one is, I know it was a while ago, but I have to talk about it. The crossover, Elseworld. What did you think of this year's crossover?
Yeah, I actually kind of enjoyed it.
I think it was the best crossover they've had since, this is the third one. Out of all three, this has been the best one.
Yeah?
Only because with the others, it felt like I was watching individual episodes, where this one felt like a mini movie. And it just got me excited because the fourth crossover that we'll get in the fall of 2019, which I'm really excited for, Crisis on Infinite Earths, mm-hmm. which is a big thing in the DC comic book world, it's a continuation of Elseworld. So it's not like all the other crossovers where it's, okay, yep, this just happened, and this just happened. This is a continuation of Elseworld.
Right.
That's what's making it really exciting for me. And just because we got the Flash, the Barry Allen or whatever, from Earth Whatever, which was the 1990s version of Flash, mm-hmm. we got him. My thought is, if we hear all this talk about Tom Welling coming back, maybe in an episode or two of something,
right?
This is where they do it. This is called Crisis on Infinite Earths. We don't know what Earth Tom Welling's Superman is from.
Right.
If they're going to be doing all these different Earth things, This is where he comes back for this crossover because they're going to different Earths. And a lot of people had the suspicion that in Elseworld, the Earth where we saw all the dead superheroes, that might have been Tom Welling's Earth because the Green Arrow there really looked like the Green Arrow from Smallville that was lying in the dirt. Maybe an Easter egg to it, but all I know is this is where Tom Welling comes back. This would be the perfect setup.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd just be nice to see Tom Welling back in the DC universe. So I'm really excited for Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Well, this Elseworld actually did hash up a new show.
Yes.
That, usually when you get a crossover, sometimes you get a new show out of it or, a good episode out of it. But it looks like they're going to make a Batwoman show.
Yep, and she wasn't in it. She was probably in the Elseworld crossover for 15 minutes, but it was a good 15 minutes.
All you needed. All you needed.
Yep, they explained everything well with Bruce being gone. Everything.
Yeah.
It was just well written. So I'm looking forward to it. The other thing is I can't wait for Legends to come back. It left.
When is that coming back?
It'll probably come back in the summer, would be my guess. Because they got to wait till Black Lightning finishes up, and then it will come back. So Black Lightning's coming to an end here soon.
Okay.
So.
Are you still watching Black Lightning?
No, I haven't watched this season yet.
I haven't either.
So it'll not summer. It'll probably be sometime in the spring, is my guess. Probably like April or something like that. Because a bunch of shows on CW are coming back in April, like The 100 and things like that.
Right.
So that's my guess. But Legends is just, whew,
Show's great.
It's getting good. Little TV talk. How about that?
Sure.
Unless you have anything for Floriverse you want to
No, you covered it.
All right. I have to say, you told me you're watching a new show. I'm finally happy you're watching this, called Last Man Standing.
Yes.
I want to hear and tell the fans your reaction to Last Man Standing, because I praise this TV show. I've watched every episode. This is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Well, I have a watch list. I kind of ran stuff to watch. Saw it on Hulu. Decided to pick it up, watch it. Love the show. It's very, very funny.
Now, you started.
I was a little disappointed from season 1 to season 2. Got a little confused because they did some casting changes.
Yes.
And I'm like, all right, I guess I can deal with this a little bit. When I saw, I think was it Nick Jonas in the first season?
Yep. It
was Nick Jonas, right?
Yep.
I was like, all right, I like where this is going. Let's keep him in the show. But then they switched it after season 1.
The casting changes to me came out much better because the original, I forget the oldest daughter's name. Kristen. She just looked way too young. Her and Mandy looked like they were like the same age.
Same age, yeah.
And actually, in real life, the actress that plays Mandy is a year or two older than the actress who played Kristen.
Okay.
So I like the changes, and I like that they got rid of Boyd being a baby and made him more into more of a character.
Right, yeah.
Because it turns out so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Now that Last Man Standing has left ABC, once they got rid of it and Fox picked it up, we have more casting changes. There's a new Mandy. Do not like the actress that plays Mandy.
They switched her out too?
Yes. Molly Efron did not come back. When you get towards the seasons before...
What season is that, do you know?
So this new season is season 6, I think.
Okay, I'm on season 4, I think.
Yeah.
Don't spoil anything.
What you're seeing is Mandy evolve into a much more brighter person. Like she's doing her business. She becomes a better person than in season 1 and 2.
Right.
Now all of a sudden with this new actress they have, it feels like they've gone all the way back to season 1. She's a blonde. She's this real ditzy person. It doesn't fit right. And they recast Boyd. The kid who plays him is a little bit older, but it just feels weird because I've seen this kid who played Boyd grow up.
Cast changes are not very good in shows.
Yeah. But Tim Allen's still carrying the show. It's still funny. So I'm glad you like that. The other show I was watching and I found out you watched was Future Man.
Yep.
I love Future Man. It's one of Hulu's originals.
Yep.
I just wish it was longer than 13 episodes.
Josh Hutcherson does an amazing job in it. He's great. But Wolf is probably my favorite character.
Oh, yeah. I love the whole cast. It's all hilarious.
Wolf is great.
Yeah. So can't wait till next year when season 3 comes out with, Seth Rogen on.
It hasn't officially been greenlit yet, but that's not normal with
It's gonna
Hulu.
happen.
No, it will happen. Hulu doesn't greenlight those shows for a while.
Yeah. Last night was the Super Bowl, so we had some trailers come out. The TV trailer that debuted was for the remake of The Twilight Zone. Were you ever a fan of The Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
Well, they're remaking The Twilight Zone. It didn't look too bad. We'll see how that goes. And the last thing I have is, of course, I'm much further in Dragon Ball Super than you. I like to bring that up sometimes.
Well, let me ask you a question now. Without spoiling anything, what was the last Dragon Ball Super episode you watched?
So Saturday is they get teleported to the arena for the Tournament of Power.
Let me stop you right there. Here's where I'm at right now. So I have been watching all in Japanese, so I can catch up, all right? The last episode I watched was Gohan wanted to test his new power on Goku.
Yep.
That was the last episode I watched.
You're probably...
I'm like 3 or 4 episodes behind you of that.
Yeah, you're about a month behind, so, which is
So I'm gonna probably finish it.
4 or 5 episodes.
I'll probably finish it. I'll probably catch up to you tonight.
Yeah. So basically, that last episode I was on, they all all the teams get teleported to the Tournament of Power, and so I keep saying the tournament should start. I think it's going to start. I'm pretty sure, 99.9% sure, this Saturday's episode, the tournament will begin because they all teleport and they're all like, let's.
So I'll probably catch up to you and probably go further than you because on Funimation I have there's like 130 episodes.
Okay. I almost got to go see also Dragon Ball Super Broly movie.
Where?
So I found out I think it's called Palace 9 or whatever on Shelburne Road.
They had it?
They had it. The only problem is it was like towards the end of when they had it, and I wanted to go see it, but we started having snowstorms, and I'm like, I'm not driving all the way out there just to go see it. I'm like, I'll just wait till it comes out. But I'm like, if another one comes out, I'm checking that theater to see if they...
Yeah.
I'm like, I so badly wanted to go. But, I mean, we're going to get to see it anyways because it's going to happen in the Super timeline.
But I want to let you know that I'm glad you brought Super up. I'm catching up as fast as I can.
So you saw on the other universe, their Broly, the female Saiyan.
Not that far yet.
Oh, I just spoiled that. Oh, you're going to get excited.
Oh, wait, no. She came in one episode. It was like a clip of her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the little kid version of Vegeta.
Yeah.
He's training his sister to be a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember her
She's
now.
like the first female Super Saiyan now.
Yeah, I remember her now, yeah.
Yeah, and her friend turns into their Broly. I'm just like, is this the Broly from the movie? Or is it Goku's universe's Broly? Who knows? So we'll see what happens. The other thing I have to say, I saw Aquaman during this time off. Amazing. I can't debate right now if Aquaman was better than Wonder Woman, but James Wan, just let him direct all the DC movies. He did an amazing job
Good director, isn't he?
directing Aquaman.
He's a good director.
Aquaman was awesome, and I thought it was going to be a prequel from Justice League. No, it continues after Justice League because they bring up the battle with Steppenwolf. And then I saw the Kid That Would Become King. It has bombed in theaters, but I don't care. It was an amazing movie because I love the story of King Arthur.
Right.
So, talking about movies at the theater, let's do some box office heroes.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going with my number 3. I found out this movie has bombed in theaters, but I'm keeping my list the same because really haven't been that great of movies that have come out, not until March, once spring starts happening.
Right.
Number 3, Miss Bala. Number 2, Matthew McConaughey in Serenity. And number 1, I think, is Glass.
All right. Number 3, Miss Bala.
Okay.
67 million. Number 2, The Upside.
Okay.
Remember that one?
Nope.
That's that Kevin Hart movie. You remember that one? Oh, dude, the movie's be funny.
No.
Kevin Hart plays a... I guess he didn't have a job, then he decided to get a job by seeing someone's like physical assistant to a gentleman who can't move. He's paralyzed.
Okay.
So he like, works his life with him, and their bond comes closer. It's supposed to be a really funny but touching movie. Check out the trailer. I bet you'd like the movie. And then number 1, for the 3rd straight week in a row, it's
good.
Glass.
Yeah. There's not really much out right now, but
Nope.
that's how winter usually goes. It's not really going to be big until March 8th when Captain Marvel comes out, then in April, Avengers and stuff
Here's
like
a
that.
cool thought. Top 2019 movies. You ready? Number 5, Dragon Ball Broly. Number
Oh, yeah.
5 on that list.
Dragon Ball Broly has made, I think, almost $100 million.
Yeah, 99.
Yep.
The only one up above that is Glass. So it goes Glass, then Dragon Ball. How cool is that?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's getting me excited for Broly. Being the fact I hate the story of Broly because in DBZ, they just kind of stretched out way too much. But Super has revamped Dragon Ball.
Well, it's not that they stretched it out. It's just they made 3 movies, and 2 of them were unnecessary.
Yeah. True. So yeah, Glass. I haven't seen Glass. I won't go see it because I haven't seen the first 2 movies. So.
Unbreakable is really good.
Yeah. Split was the second one.
Split I've not seen yet, but I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah.
But Unbreakable is definitely a good movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. To finish up here, like I said, today has been one of those episodes we kind of went out on a limb and we're just talking kind of thing. Yeah. It's not really scripted. We're trying to figure out what to end the show with. We love talking movies, and I'm looking at 2019, and it kind of hit me when I was doing the Nerdy Awards, trying to figure out most anticipated movie of the year.
Okay.
And the list was huge, full of movies, so it was very hard just to come down to the top 10. So my thought was, we'll finish up today's show talking about some movies that are coming out in 2019 that we're looking forward to, and maybe some we're not looking forward to.
All right.
There is a huge list of good movies, at least in my mind, good movies. There could be people out there that like thriller and horror. There's some coming out this year.
I'm not a fan of this.
There's It 2 coming out. There's Pet Sematary coming out. There's a bunch of different ones. Even I forgot to mention too, Stranger Things season 3 comes out this summer too. Looking forward to that. But let's go and say the first one on my list here. To me is the one I'm looking forward to almost the most, and that's Avengers Endgames. Did you see the 30-second clip that aired last night at the Super Bowl? Have you seen that on the internet
I
yet?
watched it this morning.
Oh my God, when I saw that, I was goosebumps all over me because the most important thing that comes out of that little clip is Cap getting his shield back. Not this little triangle shield that he had, the real Captain America shield. That is what I'm so excited for. I was watching someone talk about the regular trailer, and when I thought it was Wakanda, where you see Thanos' armor, someone mentioned, note, that's actually Thanos on his home planet. He just put it up like a scarecrow kind of thing, because he even mentioned he just wants to go and relax on his home planet and be like a farmer. So we'll see that. I mean, I'm excited for this movie because it is the end of the Avengers as we know it era.
Yeah.
So, but just Cap getting his shield back, that was the most exciting thing. And everyone's all upset though. He shaved his beard. I'm like, so? That's what Captain America looks like. He's clean shaven.
When's he have time to shave?
Well, I don't know. Everyone's gone. I mean, there's no one
Everyone's
really
gone.
There's no one to really to protect. Next, I have Captain Marvel. I know some people are like still in the loop over this movie, but there's just something about it where, I don't know, I'm excited for March 8th. Captain Marvel, are you still on board where you really want to see it, or is it kind of maybe off the bandwagon?
I don't know. I'll probably watch it.
I think what I'm more excited about in that movie is the end of the movie. Because after Nick Fury's trying to text her and he's disintegrating, that jumping into Avengers, which is the next month after, I want to see those timelines coexist to each other.
Right.
So this one I know you're excited for. Shazam! Come on, you're excited for Shazam.
Well, the more I've been watching the trailer and stuff, the more and more hyped I'm getting for it.
These are funny trailers too. Like when he's testing his flight and everything like that.
Yeah.
Even just the music in Shazam.
Yeah. I had to get over the whole Zach Levi's playing a superhero thing first.
Yeah.
But now that I'm over that, I'm like, okay.
I'm kind of hoping to see a clip again with the Shazam wizard fighting in the past that we saw in the Justice League movie where they're fighting Steppenwolf for the first time, because you see him there. So, Spider-Man Far From Home. A lot of people aren't too excited about this. This is the second of a third one, and people are always complaining about the second
Problem
films.
was there's too much in that trailer.
This is the thing. We know the big bad is going to be Mysterio. I'm glad. Jake Gyllenhaal didn't look that bad as Mysterio. But then you see Hydro Man.
Yep.
You see Sandman. And then a fire element. I don't know who that one is. It has been brought to my attention. These might not actually be the villains, but it could just be illusions by Mysterio. Because remember, he is the illusion master. Mm. So it could just be that, because he's attacking them, trying to be a hero to people.
Right.
It could just be him doing that. What I liked the most was, this is why Marvel does an amazing job, and Sony should just let Marvel do all their movies, is that scene where Spider-Man is on the little boat in Venice and everything, and you have Hydro Man sucking up the water, and you see it lowering and all that. That is the cover to the Spider-Man versus Hydro Man comic. That exact scene. That's what I love. I'm hoping Hydro Man isn't an illusion and it's actually him. Sandman I could care less about. But Hydro Man,
really?
Yeah. I like the Hydro Man
Spider-Man. Care about Hydro Man, care more about Sandman.
I like Hydro Man more.
He didn't really do much.
We'll see. And then, I mean, we're seeing maybe Peter and MJ's relationship forming, I guess. We'll see. And even what I like the most is Nick Fury in this. Because we're starting to get maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. coming back in some capacity. Because we have, in a lot of the new kid animations, Spider-Man working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and being an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that might happen. I also have on here I'm doing the comic book ones first, if you can see that.
Sure.
Dark Phoenix. I know we all have our ups and downs with the X-Men movies, but there's something about the Phoenix saga that has always intrigued me. I don't know what it is.
Well, when it was done right, it's awesome.
Yeah, well, the trailer looks pretty good. That's the thing. They're starting to go, I think, on a better path that people have enjoyed the X-Men movies now ever since First Class. Because you had First Class and then Days of Futures Past, and the writers and producers of the X-Men movies have said that once Logan went back into the past and changed things with the Sentinels and all that, he changed the future from 1, 2, and 3 of the X-Men, so you can kind of throw those out. That's how they tried to get rid of that. To me, once First Class
You know how they get rid of that? By getting Bryan Singer out of it altogether. Because he destroyed the X-Men world altogether.
To me, since First Class, though, when they did the whole recast and all that of Professor X and Xavier.
First Class was a great movie. Then they went all down the crap hole again.
Yeah. I didn't mind him. I know you didn't like Apocalypse.
It went on, it was confusing. It was so confusing. They're trying to shove everything in here, and it's like, can we have some ounce of storyline here, please?
Well, who knows? Dark Phoenix might surprise you.
No, won't.
No?
No.
Because you said the same thing about Transformers, yet Bumblebee is you haven't seen it, but it's intriguing you. And it's a prequel.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The problem with Dark Phoenix, we need the history of it first.
We might get it. We see Jean as a little kid in the trailer, so who knows? Let's move to some Disney movies coming out. The movie I voted on as most anticipated movie of the year, which is Aladdin. Aladdin's been one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. The only thing I'm upset about is I still don't have a full-length trailer. It's just these little teasers.
You're not going to get one for a while.
I know, but it's coming out soon. That's the thing.
Think about it. Disney is amazing when it comes to this stuff. Especially with the trailers.
No, I know.
You're not going to get one for a while.
We have. If you want to get onto that bandwagon, let's mention Lion King, which is one of those top ones. They haven't even really given you a teaser.
Nope.
So,
what? Aladdin's May 24th, right?
I think Aladdin's first, then Lion King's in July. Yeah.
Yeah. So you won't see one probably until maybe April.
We'll probably see Lion King in the Aladdin, a trailer of Lion King at Aladdin.
Yeah.
So that's where it'll happen. I know you probably aren't excited about this, but I enjoyed this movie. Frozen 2 comes out at the end of the year.
Why would you think I'd be excited about this?
I don't know if you're a Frozen fan.
How many times I've seen Frozen?
I know you
have two girls at home,
I know
right?
you have 2 girls at home, but a lot of people don't like Frozen.
I can't wait to see Frozen 2.
I'm just saying. Olaf, amazing.
Can't wait to see Frozen 2.
Okay. Frozen 2 comes out around It's in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I believe. And the last one, they had a better trailer, a little bit more teaser. Toy Story 4 comes out this year.
They just finished wrapped that movie up last week.
Did you see the new teaser that aired last night at the Super Bowl?
I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
I know, but on the internet they have.
No.
So the toys are at a carnival, and they're trying to rescue Buzz. Buzz gets zip tied to a carny game, so you can win him. And you have two stuffed animals that are above him. They're like, "Hey, don't you think about taking our top spot?" Da, 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 da. So they swing together and just start kicking Buzz in the head. So as they're kicking him, Buzz goes, takes his little head shield and traps the stuffed animal's foot in his helmet and everything. It just looked really funny.
Yeah.
So that's on the list of things to see. Let's get to the meat and potatoes here, not Disney or Marvel. Godzilla, King of Monsters.
Okay.
This has to be in your wheelhouse because I know your whole family are Godzilla freaks.
We are.
The only reason I'm so excited for this movie is because of the next one that's coming out after this, which is Godzilla versus King Kong. That is going to be an epic, epic movie.
What's this Godzilla going to be about? Do you know?
This is the sequel to the first one.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get a storyline on it.
I know the girl from Stranger Things is in it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. The whole plot to the Godzilla movies still are kind of weird to me. At least King Kong had more of a storyline. Skull Island.
Gotta keep this in mind. Godzilla is complete Japanese. And America's like, we'll solve that. We'll have a giant gorilla, so.
Yeah. But at least what I like in both storylines is about that company that's trying to find these monsters and do something with them. Have you seen the trailer yet for Hobbs and Shaw?
I did watch that trailer.
I finally watched it, and I'm kind of excited for this.
I love how they
interact very well together.
I love how it's titled Fast and the Furious Presents.
Because it's a spinoff.
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah.
And even Idris Elba as the villain, I'll take that. He's great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes in that trailer is when Hobbs jumps out of the skyscraper and slides down, and Shaw just takes the elevator. And Hobbs comes flying in and hits the bad guy on the elevator, and he just kind of flips Shaw off and says "F you" to him.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It's going to be a good movie.
Those two work very well
It's going to be a good movie.
Next, I have Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Can't wait.
I saw the full-length trailer when I saw the kid who would become king.
Yeah.
And it's not a children's movie. It is more of adult. But what does it for me is Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu.
So, there's a lot going on with this movie, all right? It's going to be a great movie anyways.
Yep. It's not an animation. It is live action.
This is a trial run movie. They want to bring the whole Pokemon universe in real life.
Yes.
But they don't want to mess it up. So they did a trial run, Detective Pikachu. Mm-hmm. They had a game come out just last year. Great place to start. If this movie hits it well, then you're going to probably see the Ash Ketchum story, which is going to be phenomenal.
Which we've seen so many people make these on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they look good.
But I mean, so far with the trailer, the Pokemon actually look pretty decent. Mm-hmm. A few I'm like, is that really what it looked like in real life? But then I'm like, all right, I can deal with it.
Ryan Reynolds playing Pikachu. Thoughts on that?
Fantastic.
He's the right person to do it because he kind of in it is acting like Deadpool.
Well, the right person for it would probably be Danny DeVito, but we couldn't get that.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that Ryan Reynolds does it because all those little animations where we see Pikachu as Deadpool makes sense. But he does a great job.
He's got a great voice.
Him and his co-star in it. When I'm watching that, I was laughing so hard at the trailer because he's like, "You can only talk to me. They can't hear me. All they hear is Pika Pika."
Yeah.
It's just there's something about this movie.
It's gonna be a good movie.
I hope so.
And I hope it does well so we can see more.
Yes, because I'd love to see the whole.
I don't want this to be like, okay, it didn't work out. I want to see more. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping we actually see more.
Yep, we could. I have Star Wars Episode 9. I know you don't care. You lately haven't cared for him.
Man, I sat through the Han Solo movie.
I haven't watched Solo yet.
Oh, Wow.
I actually haven't minded.
Dude, it hurt.
I'm not big on the whole spin-off ones.
But it's still a Star Wars movie. And this movie, it hurt to watch.
It's because a lot of people complain George Lucas can't really do... Because these movies have already been written years ago. When George Lucas has come out and said, after he did the 4, 5, and 6, as what we call them, he wrote so many more scripts.
Well, yeah.
And now Disney has bought all those scripts.
Yeah.
I've actually enjoyed episodes 7 and 8 and kind of am looking forward to episode 9. Episode 7, it was okay. 9, where Luke comes into more of doing things and then ends up dying off at the end, that to me was a great episode. I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to end. So, I haven't seen the spin-offs, though. Those don't really do much for me.
It hurt. And it hurt. It's painful to watch.
We'll see.
No, we'll see. It was painful to watch.
How about this in a couple weeks, and I am going to see this because this is the end of an era. How to Train Your Dragon 3, February 22nd.
That's like number 1 on my list.
February 22nd. I am going to see this movie.
I am too.
I already have work. I had bought two tickets from work because I get tickets to Essex Cinema much cheaper because there were some movies I was going to go see and I never saw them. And then for your birthday there, they give you 2 movie tickets. So I had 4 tickets. Now I still have 3. This is going to be used for one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Then Captain Marvel, then Avengers.
I'm taking my kids to this one.
I'm so excited. This is going to... I'm going to probably tear up because it's going to end a great... I complain about a lot of animations on this show. This is not one of them. How to Train Your Dragon, the whole trilogy has been amazing. And they are tearjerkers, too.
And the show itself.
Yeah, I haven't seen the show yet.
The show's amazing.
They are tearjerkers, the movies.
Yeah.
So, and this is the end of it. So, very excited for this. The spin-off of Men in Black airs this year, Men in Black International.
Watch the trailer.
I have watched the trailer, yes.
It's painful, too.
I didn't mind it. Liam Neeson and Chris Hemsworth, we'll see how they interact together. To me, though, Chris Hemsworth is actually doing way too many movies all of a sudden. It seems like he's almost in everything lately. It just seems like he's been doing a lot in the last couple of years, but who knows? So? I think he's done like 5 movies in the last 2 years.
I mean, he's been, what, Thor Ragnarok?
Avengers, this, and there was something else, I thought.
Avengers,
He did Ghostbusters a couple years ago.
Guest starred in Ghostbusters. He showed for 1 day of work. Come on.
It was funny, though, still. We're going with one of my last ones here is, I know you're not on the bandwagon for this, but I am excited to see this. Fighting with My Family, a WWE film on the story of Paige. There's just something about this movie to me that looks good. I don't know, but it looks good.
I don't either.
I know, you don't care for these type of movies.
No, I do. It just makes no sense.
You're just not on the Paige bandwagon.
No, I'm not.
Even though Paige was one of the best female talents while she was still
of this
wrestling.
era, whereas, Fighting with My Stinger, whereas actual legend wrestlers movies. But no, let's do Paige.
Well, it's because there's...
Can't talk in the first place.
There's more history to her family, that's why. They're one of the top wrestling families in England.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll just give you one name of a Samoan. Let's make like a 5-movie one out of
He's
that.
in it! He's in this movie! The Rock is in it!
But whereas
I don't think he was bald in it at the time when he first met her, but...
I'm just saying, there's so much more than just a Paige movie.
All right. Let's get to the movies I'm not looking forward to real quickly here.
Oh, I got one. How about the Medea family funeral?
Huh? Is this a Tyler Perry movie?
Of course it's a Tyler Perry movie.
How many of these are we going to have to
too
dread
many.
through? Here's the one. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh. Right now, I feel like they're ruining Sonic the Hedgehog for me. We haven't... I can't
Let's just say
it.
this. They ruined Sonic with just the poster of the movie.
This is the thing. Are we going to get Sonic in live action looking like the Pokemon one, or is he going to be more animated?
Have you seen the poster?
I saw the poster, and it looks more animated. I can't judge a film, though, if I haven't seen a trailer
Which poster
yet.
did you see?
The one where he's standing like it's mainly him, and then you see
Just
like
black?
no, you see some blue and a lot of black, and I think there's the Golden
Okay.
Gate Bridge.
Have you seen one of me sitting on top of the Golden Gate Bridge, and all you
Yes.
see is this like huge muscular calves?
Yep.
Oh wow!
Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. I have to see a trailer first before I judge it.
And Chris Pratt as a cop.
I'd still have to
don't know.
judge it by the trailer, but I feel like it's going to be ruined. Sonic is going to be ruined for me.
It was ruined by the poster.
Charlie's a remake of Charlie's Angels comes out. You have
One.
Kristen Stewart is in it. Naomi Scott, who was the Pink Ranger, she's going to be playing Jasmine. Elizabeth Banks is going to be Charlie. He's not a man.
Why not?
This is the thing. I'm being told we're running out of time.
Right.
We'll talk about it again another time. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Legends of the Nerds. We hope you enjoyed it. Maybe we won't be on a long break again. As always, stay nerdy.